The place of my birthday is in Ipoh, Penang, Malaysia. The date is 29 April 1937. I was born in Ipoh, grew up in Ipoh for about 20 years. My family was a large family, having 14 children from my parents. A big family. In the olden days, people had a large family. They find that luck when they're big families. They believe in big families. The more the merrier.
Chinese name
Yes.
Mak Kok Hee. He's you don't know, 康熙皇帝he's a king king. 心有灵犀一点通。Really? Because he actually my English name is why. 更只要 he never studied Chinese. My father is a very calm person. He can do anything. You know, those days, girls you don't go to school, so they don't get so much education. She can read newspapers. She knows a lot of Chinese. Match made, I don't know, but because my mother's father 看中了他he's intelligent.
I met all of my brothers and sisters. I addressed my father as Abba, Daddy, Abba, and my mother as Sam. Because my mother said she wants to be less commanding, wanting more friendly with the children. So they asked the children to address her as Abba or Sam instead of Daddy or Mommy. It took us a few years before everybody was out of Ipoh. We were doing family business in Ipoh. Some of my brothers came to Singapore and opened up. We sold our plantations and came to Singapore to operate a garment industry. My brothers were doing well. It's a family business. My father, my mother, they are the two chief people running the plantations. The plantation was not very big, and at the same time they're running a coffee shop. My mother worked very hard to keep the family. The rubber plantation was a quiet business. And when they needed money to expand the business, my mother sold all the properties in Singapore and sold the rubber plantations in Singapore. Together, we also struck about three at that time, struck the first prize. He was the one who kept the family going. He made cake at night and slept very little. She even chopped firewood to make cake herself. Very capable woman. And she worked hard. The children grown up, made their own life. She did not enjoy. She died at 60, at 65. She died in Singapore. When she struck the Toronto tree in Ipoh, she sold the business, the houses, the rubber plantation, and the lottery ticket, winning ticket, together to establish business and help the children. Two of them came to Singapore first. Help the two sons to run the business financially. And that's how we migrate from one place to another. I started schooling at 7 in Koping, which is a small town, which is 12 miles away from Ipoh. The name of the school is GPS, simply means Common English School. St. Michael's is secondary. Then I graduated into a secondary school situated in Ipoh, where I finished my secondary education before I moved to Singapore when I was 18 years old. I was not very naughty. One time when I was in primary 2, the teacher was writing something on the board. I remember somebody at the back in the class, the teacher was facing the board writing. So somebody threw chalks onto the body of the teacher. The teacher accused me of doing it. You who did it? So you're not me. So, yes, it's you. And I reached home. My mother was waiting for me with a big cane. Start to whack the moment he said. Then was the thing. You hit the teacher, you throw things at teacher, you are so brave. And teacher wanted to dismiss you from school. Very hard. order me like no business. That's the only time my mother hit me during my lifetime. At that time, I didn't think much of it. I was only 6 or 7 years old, 7 years old. Couldn't think of it. I said that it was not me. Then later on, I became confused as to whether it was me or not.
Poor thing. I was saying, it's not me.
Yeah. So sing, so also at times, especially in the night, there's a little bit free. She used to sing for us at random, just sing it out to the boys. I remember a few of the Cantonese songs that she sang for us. Cây cùng cháy mi oan oan, bỏ mai cannot remember all. Con chiều tỳ thòng, chặt bánh lòng hương, chặt chỉ kêu lạc, mai bù lạc phu, mai chi thấu về, mai ngầu về bọc, mai lệnh cóc chim, mai ma biêu trường, ý ngốc lèo ngốc, mai chân tô chỉ chơi, mai lò coi gì, mai chết xì, chín chẳng thấy, chẳng sĩ lượng chết三分鬼，一隻路頭，一隻尋睇，一隻樓梯口飛馬睇，係咁先。A moon shining onto the house where we live. 氹轉花園，炒米餅糯米圓。
糯米圓啊，糯米糍啊。
我媽叫我睇龍船，我唔睇，睇雞仔出去賣。
雞仔大捉去賣。
真係大出去賣，賣得幾多咧？賣得300銀，銀腰帶、金腰帶，請個婆婆出嚟拜得多，冇奈何，3錢9兩隻鵝，鵝頭鵝尾，斬俾大佬大冚婆唔響屋，你三叔唔得閒，買四叔騎白馬，騎到大門頭，執兩大梅花。
執兩大梅花。
They were struggling very hard, and they began to do their own business a few years after their arrival in Singapore. They worked very hard. They worked in the shop daytime. They sell shirts in the evening, and they were so hardworking that they were expanding the business as time goes on. The business began to grow. In a matter of years, they were well on track, and they were expanding the business. When they expanded the business, other brothers followed Singapore, gave up the coffee shop and business in Singapore, Koping, sold the plantations, and at the same time struck the first prize lottery, the amount of which prize is I think 100 something to 200,000. And it should exceed 100 Malaysian dollar. With the money, my mother bought houses, and a few years later, the business in Singapore was very good and progressing very well. So they decided to sell off all the properties and house plantation and gave up the coffee shop to move to Singapore. And in the 90s, my parents moved all the property to Singapore to open a manufacturing garment factory.
Lifting shirts.
Town people, the village people surrounding Koping, there are a few villages. People come out from there. Because the population of Koping was about 2,000 at most in my time. When they're free, they get a rifle and get into the forest to shoot wild boar. I've eaten things that you might not have tasted, you have not seen. I've eaten, now, people go into the forest to hit wild boar, and sometimes they hit other things as well. They hit tiger. But I've eaten tiger, I've eaten carry bag in the town center and put on the veranda. People will come and view. When you start looking at the top of the tiger. I've eaten tiger because they go to the giant place so often, just like going to a cinema. And you don't know when they are going. Those who are around, right, those who were there. And the others include outsiders who drop by. They prepare the tiger in a pan walk. It's a big walk. It's not so small, quite big. Then I take the fish together, and then eat, and then they say, so what? Eat. They can't take little food. And then get the bowl, took a bit of the soup, and drank it. It was so delicious. On one occasion, I was, as usual, building sandcastle along the sideway of the road in front of our building, of our house, of our coffee shop. I was at that time 4 years to 5 years old, building house castle. And the Japanese used to come to our coffee shop to drink, stop the truck in front of the house and move into and get into our coffee shop to drink. Normally play with me. Then she came to inside my house, my shop.
So the coffee shop was still operating during the Japanese occupation?
Yes. The Japanese took me to the airport and gave me some provisions, rice, oil, sauce. These commodities were hard to get during Japanese time. They were given by rationing. The Japanese took me up to the truck, drove away the vehicle, right to the airport, to the aerodrome, which are under construction. There, they went to the storage area to get me some of these provisions, sugar, rice.
You were so young for a boy 4 to 5
Because I was
years
so
old.
cute. With a ring of people around, with a fire in the middle. The fire is made of wood, tree, wood from the tree, in irregular sizes, nonsense. And then burn the fire, light the fire, and keep the fire burning until you close the fire. Tuli watch hey la hey tuli watch yes. My body lies over the ocean. My body lies over the sea. My body lies over the ocean. Bring back my body to me. Bahan. There's a water, there was a waterfall. And the pool at the base. I swam in the pool. There were a few scouts. I landed myself in a deep park. Getting died. By many instances, fortunately. The closest that escape is when I moved to Sky in 11. I stayed there for the first night. I always check the safety of the building. In particular, that's the balcony railings constructed. And one night, when I experienced jaywalking, I walked out of the corridor knowing. I opened the door, walked out into the corridor, and walk along straight line and turn to the anchor. When there's a gap, I didn't walk through it, I walked close to it. If I walk further, I would have dropped down from the 40th story, right down to the floor. There was a gap in my path walking. I reached there, I don't know why, I know how to turn back because I didn't find the way out. If he was there, I would have reached the gap to allow me to fall under the ground. Then I retreated. On my return journey to the room, I woke up and Mama was standing in the balcony, which was near a gap for me to go through. God has saved my life. Don't you think so? Ready. I have brought up my children. I have food, and accommodation, and a decent career. People record this as a tea party, tea dance. Where I met them face to face. And Ambassador or West Point. West Point is a long waistcoat, situated along the waistcoat. Everybody was dancing mildly and enjoying themselves very much. I was there behind because I didn't know how to dance. So after the day's dancing, I felt I really need something that other people enjoy. So he also invited me to another dance party in the mix. I realized I couldn't dance, I wouldn't be bothered to go. So I decided to learn dancing. Learning dancing, Mr. Chan brought me to learn one dance for $15. I learned waltz, foxtrot, cha-cha, quick step, and some basic steps. So I went with them to another party, the second party, also in one of those two restaurants. There, to my surprise, I saw the first girl who liked to dance with me more than anybody else. So this is the first day I knew my wife. Oh, she was very quiet and gentle, very polite. I was impressed by her behavior. Walking style, generally, is the reason why.
Handsome man. I was thinking that yeah, he was quite honest man, an honest man.
She initiated the contact, the association. She used to call up after the meeting, after the dancing, we met after the telephone call. She used to call me from Bui. She wanted to find more books, economic books, when I asked her law of economic books. She wanted to take a course in accountancy. So handsome, so I lent her the book. Hold the hand personally. So we met. We went to the hair salon in Kilini Road to have hair burn. Everybody was sitting at this table waiting for you to appear. They didn't, not you, only me also to appear. And I ran there, you walk very quickly to, I don't know which table you went to. And I was standing alone in the middle of the street, not in the street, in the hall.
So one is I like to climb on her. So I will so she's like a tree, and then I will just climb up, and then I hang on her. Remember? So that's one. The second one was I like to be the princess, so I really tortured her. And she must hold my hand like that, and then walk me up the stairs. And then I'm the princess to pretend that she very patiently put up with all my nonsense, like other princess, like, okay. Then we have to walk slowly. So I think I'm most grateful for my mother that she taught me to be independent. I think I have her voice in my ear, ever since I was very small. She said, you must be independent, you must, So, so I think I am as strong as I am because she's as strong. Oh, my father, I think he was for me an example of somebody with EQ. Before this term EQ was formed, right, he is the man with EQ. EQ is emotional quotient, it's a modern term. he is very philosophical and a very deep thinker, and the way that he approaches problems and looks at issues and deals with people is with style, with class, and with a certain sort of warmth and kindness. So I think this is, I really very grateful for this, that I have this, growing up with this sort of example and this sort of. So thank you. He is known as Big Fellow, and he calls me Small Fellow. Big Fellow, he calls me Small Fellow. And when I got married, he promoted me, and he called me Senior Small Fellow. And my husband is FH, so he's Fellow's husband. So we my father is a real joker, and brings a lot of fun and joy.